Alright, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is a video I've definitely been holding off for quite a while. I never really felt like I was ready to make this video because I really wasn't sure where Fortnite's competitive scene was going to go. But now I can confidently say that I know exactly what my stance is on the problem, and I have plenty of evidence to back up my stance for that. So we're going to go and get right into it. I think the first major thing to point out here is Fortnite started off as a super fun casual game that wasn't very competitive at all. There was a competition in it to be the last man standing, but the purposes of the game was just to have fun with your friends. And that's the whole spirit of Fortnite starting out. Then I believe it was in Season 4 when Epic Games announced that they'd be dumping about $100 million into Fortnite competitive. And that's a serious amount of money to be dumping into a competitive scene. Now, I remember competitive Fortnite really taking off at the end of Season 4, early Season 5 with Friday Fortnite tournaments and things like that. And, that was all in the spirit of fun and, pushing kills and things like that. And just being good at the game, but having fun. And then there was the Summer Skirmish, which, was a little more towards the competitive aspect, not really as much fun. And then that was mostly just a big competition for money. Then when Season 6 rolled around, that's when, you'd have open pop-up cups for people to compete in, and I think that's the first time, really everyone was starting to be introduced to competitive Fortnite. I can confidently say for myself, I competed in a lot of open pop-up cup tournaments because I'd always wanted to get into esports, and Fortnite was really the only game where they'd been introducing new players and allowing people who hadn't had any competitive experience to really play the game. Now, I think this is a blessing because you have so many young, talented people who are enjoying this great game, competing at, the highest level for money and stuff, but that also is a double-edged sword. The biggest issue with opening up your competitive scene to anyone who wants to compete is that there's a lot of immaturity and not a lot of competitive integrity amongst those players with teaming, colluding, griefing people's games and things like that. Now, I think the day that you could really see Fortnite shift towards being a competitive game and really killing the casual side of the game was in, I believe it was late Season 7 or the start of Season 8 that Fortnite announced the Fortnite World Cup, which would be a $30 million 8-week qualifying, $1 million per qualifying week, up to the World Cup where you'd be competing for upwards of $10 to $20 million. It was ridiculous. So as the World Cup got closer, Fortnite really started to cater more to competitive players, and the casual side of the game really got lost with, the build up to the World Cup. So by the time Season 9 really rolled around and the tournament ended up rolling around, Fortnite at that point, even in casual matches, was just a very competitive game, and it was all catered to the best players of the game. Now, I think the issue here is that Fortnite decided that after the World Cup that the next season would be very, very, very casual friendly. I think this was the biggest mistake that they made. I feel like if they would have kept the game competitive to an extent and made things balanced and fair, that Season 10 would not have been as big of a disaster as it was. The reason this hurt the game so much is that the game went from being a very competitive game to all of a sudden you and two buddies get in a mech and you go around and you kill everyone, and nobody, no matter how good they are at the game, can stop you unless they have another mech or 1,000 bullets to put into your mech. I think competition and wanting to be the best at a game comes naturally with a game's life cycle. I feel like, however, when Epic announced that they'd be putting $100 million of prize pool money into Fortnite, that so many people at that point just wanted to get so good at the game to where all of the game was about was trying to make money. And the game at that point just lost all of the fun to it and the casual aspect of it. Epic Games now is trying to undo the mess that they did starting in Season 4 by making the game a lot more casual friendly and open to new players. Fortnite by no means is a dead game, but because of the poor direction the developers chose to take the game early on in its life cycle, is now starting to have serious effects on the game right now. If you look at most of competitive Fortnite Twitter, everyone just complains all the time about how there's no communication from Epic about anything, and how Epic is only catering to casuals now. I feel like why this happened is Epic was trying so hard to cater to people being competitive to get the viewership numbers up for the game, that they end up killing the casual community, and by trying to resurrect the casual community, they killed the competitive community, which then in turn killed the entire community of Fortnite. I can't say for sure that this is an inevitability that would have happened either way, but what I can say is Epic's choices early on is why this is happening right now. Now that you've heard my thoughts, I want to hear your comments down in the comments section down below. If you drop a comment, I will read every single comment, and I am definitely willing to hear new ideas and hear something that I may not have thought of. Honestly, probably reading comments is the best thing about YouTube, and I'm totally open to hear whatever you guys have to say. That's all I've got for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, slap a like. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, because we're on the quest to 250 subscribers. And as always, stay hydrated, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, boys.